Hello back. Today I want to reflect the Google, I always want to say hangover, excuse me, the Google Hangout, which is actually a nice tool one can use to communicate with some people at the same time. And yeah, it was a suggestion of Thomas to do so and use it. So we had that session yesterday, and yeah, there were some problems at the beginning, so it wasn't possible to join the session for me, for example, because I didn't have an invitation, so it seemed like it just worked for some of us to get the invitation and then easily follow the link. So yeah, I had to struggle a little bit with that, but finally I could make it and joined the group. Yeah, and we had like a visual meeting with that tool, and which I found very good actually, but there were some issues, like for example the connection wasn't too good sometimes, so yeah, there was the image wasn't so good sometimes, and the internet connection sometimes didn't work out so well. So sometimes you couldn't understand people very well, so what they're saying, which is not so helpful if you're discussing about a point, for example. So I think the tool is nice to talk about easy stuff, but if you really have complex topics and you, for example, have to show something in the background or on the screen or whatever, it's maybe not so helpful, because what happened sometimes is that if somebody made some noise, if it was, I don't know, with a piece of paper or something, then automatically that person was on the screen, like on the big screen. So normally you see just the person that is talking, and below there's a row of all other participants. So you see everybody at the same time, and in the big screen you see the person that is talking at the moment. So the tool therefore just allows one person to talk, because if two persons or more persons start to talk at the same time, then it gets a little bit confusing, because the image of the persons switches then all the time, and it's really a little confusing and hard to follow. So as I said, it is nice to, yeah, if you follow a row, you say, okay, you start, and then you come, and then yeah, everybody brings up his or her points. Then it's all cool, and you can like exchange opinions and stuff like that. But it doesn't replace a real meeting, I would say. So, but all in all, it was a cool experience. I never used it before, and I was glad that Thomas suggested a tool, because I like to learn new things and try out new things. So yeah, it was a nice thing to have that visual meeting, not with Skype, but with another tool, because so far I just knew Skype. Yeah, that was my impression of the Google, not Hangover, Hangout. And yeah, let's see how we proceed. We talked about some stuff that is still to do for our project, and we exchanged what we did so far in our groups of 2. We clarified as well some questions at the end, so like organizational stuff, like how will the module be graded, and what about the topics of the presentations of 2, and when do we have to do them, and like, yeah, basically timing stuff, organizational stuff, as well as other things that had to be clarified or weren't so clear. And Thomas really made his clear points that we really have to make a plan and decide when we meet next time about how we will proceed. So what do we have so far, what is missing so far, and really start to implement and develop our concrete ideas. So no more brainstorming, but really now focusing on the concrete. task. Yeah, so that was my reflection about the Google Hangout. Wish you a nice day and see you next time. Bye!